Well, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
So, if anybody didn't catch it this Sunday, I believe it was posted Sunday. TF just did a review on oh my God, it's Transformers Prime, and I blanked.
It's Transformers Prime, Legacy Evolution, Skyquake, and Dreadwing together in the same double review.
Okay.
I watched that from beginning to end, and it was a great review. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, check it out for sure.
Diecast, hello there. Hello.
The two bots, great review.
So, so after I was done with the review, here's the thing. I got Skyquake when he first came out, so I got an early copy with the really bad backpack. So I had to take him apart and modify him to get him to try and transform somewhat properly.
Now, I know there was an issue with the transformation in the past, but like somebody had said, like to be careful, don't cut it, don't modify it. There is a way of doing it.
Mm-hmm. You know, I tried the unmodified way of transforming Skyquake and didn't work.
No?
It didn't work at all. I had to modify him. So the problem is that the landing gear, there is there's a tiny hinge joint. That's what the wings are attached to, a tiny little hinge joint. And the landing gear, it has to fit through a space in that hinge joint in order to transform the backpack correctly. And the hinge joint on Skyquake is so small, the landing gear can't get past. And since it doesn't line up properly, that's what prevents the backpack from transforming correctly. They fixed that issue with Dreadwing. So Dreadwing doesn't have that issue, but it exists for Skyquake, which is a shame. So I had to make the clearance gap a little bigger, longer, so the landing gear could slip past it. And he transforms a lot easier now. He's still a little loose. It doesn't lock in solidly like Dreadwing, but at least it locks in place now. Before it didn't even lock in place.
Well, I left a comment on TF's review for Dreadwing and Skyquake, and if you read the comment, I don't know if he had, because I know you're a very, very busy person. You got to review it, and I still had mine boxed, so I said to myself, "Oh, just remind me to shame myself." So for me not opening Skyquake and Dreadwing, I have to do it myself now.
Shame, 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 shame on you, shame on you.
I had to.
So the reason why, as I said in the comments section, the year 2000 was my all-time favorite Christmas. I didn't know it at the time, of course, but that was the last Christmas I spent with my grandpa. And I got every toy I wanted for Christmas that year. I actually did it the last few years because, long story short, when I was a kid, I was into Legos. Those are the toys I wanted to buy and collect when I was at that age, especially Star Wars Legos. And my parents told me in more recent years that when I was a kid, they loved Christmas shopping for me because the toys I wanted for Christmas, they weren't the top selling toys that everyone was going around buying. And so they were easy to obtain. And I think they were still available at my local Kmart store right up until the week before Christmas when my family secretly bought them for me without knowing. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember seeing more myself. And that's crazy. Like, there's certain toys that sold like absolute, like hotcakes.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, at the time when I was a little kid, it was the late 90s. And so the video games, the toys that were popular at the time were video games and things like that.
Yeah.
The only thing.
I want to say like Transformers, like Beast Wars and stuff, they sold, but they didn't sell as much as like say G1. Like,
no, they weren't like, get it, yeah.
I think it was the whole transition of like, wait a minute, that's not Optimus Prime, that's something else. That's not Transformers. We don't want. And like I said, for me, it took me about over 25 years to finally watch Transformers Beast Wars, and I get you like how this is how bad it was. It was so bad. My parents were like, "You got to check out Beast Wars." My parents,
wow,
they threw my baby brother on the bus, ran back to the house so they could catch an episode of Beast Wars, and they're like, "You got to check out the show Beast Wars, Martin." I'm like,
now I have to confess, I got into the Transformers with Armada back in 2002, and I started collecting the action figures. I still remember the month and year I started collecting Transformers. It was January of 2003, after I found out that there was a line of action figures that accompanied the Armada Transformers cartoon show, I went to my local Kmart store, for the first time in my life, I found the Transformers section, and I was instantly blown away by how bulky and large the Transformers Armada action figures were, but at the same time, how much cheaper they were than the Legos I was collecting at the time. I felt I was getting more bang for my buck buying Transformers action figures than Lego sets.
Yeah.
So I want to answer Ken here on this one because he was like, "Remember KB Toys?" The ads were like dumped because people were so rude and made it such a big mess. So I live in Middletown, New York, and my wife worked at KB Toys, and before that, I knew people that worked at KB Toys. And I will say, I've seen other KB Toys. The KB Toys in Middletown was actually maintained pretty damn good.
Yeah.
I was very surprised about that. In fact, it was organized, and then it was crazy. Like I even saw the one in Poughkeepsie, New York, and that was a chaos store.
Yeah, I just remember people like getting beat up over Cabbage Patch, over Tickle Me Elbows, Furby.
Oh yeah, the Coleco era, 1982.
There's video footage, and they used it for a documentary called the History Channel documentary series.
I lived through it. I'm proud to say I'm a Gen X that actually lived through the 1980 what do we call it? The Survivor series of 1980 ColecoVision or something like that. It was some weird thing.
Cuddling a Cabbage Patch.
I remember that. ColecoVision and Cabbage Patch were the two biggest icons being sold.
There's video footage of someone trying to buy a Cabbage Patch doll, and another customer yanks it out of their arms and shoves them to the ground. The first customer who had the doll got back up, snatched it back out of the customer who tried to steal it, and then punched them in the face.
Yeah, it was crazy. He was 9 at the time. How old was I in 82? Well, figure I was 10 years old in 82.
I didn't exist yet.
No, you didn't. I am the old man of the group. There's only a handful of people that might be in this chat that can relate to what I'm saying. But 82 was the insanity year of Coleco.
As Dr. Dre said, you was cuddling a Cabbage Patch.
I'm letting you do the chat. I'm gonna let you do the chat thing because I'm off time with you. So
when I was a kid in the 90s, I first watched Star Wars when I was 5 years old on VHS tape. So that shows you how long I've been alive. But I remember 2 years later. In '67 is when George Lucas did the first updated version of the original Star Wars films for the 20th anniversary. And so when I was a kid in the 90s, I was into Star Wars. And then Episode 1 came out 2 years later in '99, The Phantom Menace. And that really just boosted my love of Star Wars, seeing that there was a new movie for the first time in 16 years.
Yeah.
Oh, so speaking of Star Wars, and I hope you get the opportunity to take the day off on this one. So they made the announcement, and it's not going to be just in limited theaters. It's going to be in all theaters. They are going to release the original uncut version that I saw of Star Wars 1977. It will be.
Yeah, I saw that.
So if you've never seen the original version in theaters, which would probably be, like I said, like a handful of us in the chat and here can say we've seen it physically in theaters. But if you haven't, this is your one time to get the experience. I'm going to go see it just for nostalgia purposes. But
yeah, I want to go see it too.
It's going to be like you'll see Han Solo shooting Greedo first. It's like everything that was like myth is now proven. And what surprises me the most, it's Disney. I thought Disney would have cut it up and made like a thing. I was like, no. But they're showing it in its original version. And kudos to Disney. If they keep their word on it, kudos to you for doing that for the original Star Wars fans, because all the other shit that you've released, quite frankly, I'm very disappointed in.
Yeah.
I saw a video about that today. I think Disney's lost too much money and that they're trying to find ways to make it back. So I think that's just a cash grab, re-releasing Star Wars.
It is a cash grab, but you know what? It's 50-year anniversary. So you're talking about a movie, and George Lucas, think about it. 50. This movie is literally 50 years old. George Lucas is still alive. That is the most crazy thing on the planet. Like I said, when I saw it in theaters, I was 5 years old. When this comes out in theaters again, I'm going to be 55 years old. It's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And it was and George Lucas, him and Spielberg were on a beach in Hawaii when the premiere came out, and people called them like, yo, this movie's making freaking money. People love it.
Mm-hmm.
And then Empire came out, and that was it, man. It was like, we're good.
Yeah. And I think Return of the Jedi was a good send-off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
So TF, you got anything you want to like share with us before? Because we're gonna probably be calling it quit soon. Because that's like if you want to share something with us, please feel free to. While I get a piece of cheese.
Well, one thing I will say about that KB Toys comment in the comments in the chat ad, I remember KB Toys with great fondness. I shopped there all the time when I was a kid. First, it was Hot Wheels cars, then it was Star Wars toys and Legos, then Transformers, all the way up until 2008 when KB Toys closed its doors and went out of business. I remember the last Transformers toys I bought at KB's were Transformers animated figures. But I have bought a handful of Transformers figures this month. The most recent one actually arrived yesterday. What I did is I purchased some Christmas presents for my family, but I had asked Walmart to sneak in a Transformers action figure I knew I wouldn't be able to buy at a better price than Walmart's own website. It's not a one to what's the word I'm looking for? It's not that exciting of a Transformers figure, but it's one that I wanted to get. Retro Brawn.
Nice. I got them too.
That's cool.
Now, I was originally going to pass on Brawn since I have both the Studio Series 86 and the Dead version of Brawn that was sold in the 2-pack with Dead Ratchet. I did a review. Yeah. I did reviews on both those figures. But what made me decide to get Brawn off of Walmart's website is because right now it's still happening. He's available for just $15 on Walmart.com.
I paid $24. That's a good price. Congrats for getting him on that price.
Yeah. So I got Brawn. I probably showed this off on one of your live streams already, Ultra Megatronus, but I got it off of Amazon. This is the Deformation Toys oversized knockoff of Siege Megatron.
Yeah, I think you might have.
Yeah, he's the size of an old school leader class figure. I still haven't done a collection update video on my channel yet, so this is a preview for my next haul video for my channel, which I don't know if I'll do tonight or hopefully this weekend if I don't do it tonight. But
that's cool.
Yeah, courtesy of courtesy of Amazon, I also picked up 2 Transformers action figures I was really excited for.
Nice.
Transformers. Yep.
I saw that at GameStop. I did. Who was it? Let me see. The one on the bottom. I didn't catch the name too. I forgot the name. They had that at GameStop, but the package was damaged, and I was like, nope.
Yeah.
Well, it would have been open, but my thing is that come on.
And then last week, this is the last one. When I was Christmas shopping at Target, I looked at I stopped by the Transformers section, and they had most of the Transformers figures they had were ones I'd already got out online. And that's actually what I just Norbs is asking if anyone else got the Hot Wheels Transformers that I just showed off a moment ago. From the reviews I've seen, they are pretty decent sized Transformers action figures. A lot of Hot Wheels fans are hoping they might be the same size as Hot Wheels, which is what the
they're bigger actually from what I've seen. Dude, these are a lot bigger now.
They are. They're the size. These are the size of deluxe class Transformers. So yeah, they're standard deluxe class size. So they're I'd say about 2.5 to 3 times the size of actual Hot Wheels cars. So.
And are they're die-cast metal now as opposed to like just plastic?
Yeah.
Right? Or they
No, they're made entirely of plastic.
Oh, they are. I thought they were.
Yeah, they are. There's so just for those of you who haven't been keeping track of the 2 Hot Wheels Transformers of Bone Shaker and Twin Mill, from the design aesthetically, from the 2 different lines of merchandise, they're first and foremost Transformers action figures. They're made entirely of plastic. They're standard deluxe class size. What makes them Hot Wheels cars is the fact that they have Hot Wheels cars for their alternate modes, and the names haven't changed. They have the same name as when they were just Hot Wheels cars. So this is literally if the two Hot Wheels cars of the Bone Shaker and the Twin Mill had the ability to transform into robots and they could drive themselves without a human driver. So
Okay.
yeah, that's aesthetically what these guys are. They're first and foremost Transformers and Hot Wheels second. So
That's cool.
yeah. But one thing I just wanted to say, I apologize for babbling so much, but one last Transformers figure I picked up at my local Target store was the only one they had that I didn't have yet in my collection. Sonic the Hedgehog Transformers.
Did they have a sale for him? Because I ended up picking up that one too, and I love it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, my Target the sale on this ran out
Okay.
by the time I got it. But yeah, if you can get it on sale, it's definitely worth it. For retail price, I only recommend getting it if you got it for the same reason I did, that it's a set of Transformers action figures you don't have, and it's a collaborative. They have Transformers figure sets. So to be honest, I'm going to be honest with you guys. What drew me to the set is Tails' alt mode. I'm a fan of early 20th century technology, and there's literally only one other Transformers action figure in my collection besides this that has a biplane for an alternate mode, and it's the Revenge of the Fallen 2009 Scout Class Decepticon Ransack figure, for those who remember that from 2009 and Revenge of the Fallen.
Yeah. I thought they did one with Starscream too.
No, well, not really.
Well, technically, the Hearts of Steel
Yeah.
Starscream is him reimagined as a biplane alt mode. So, but yeah, it wasn't until the Hearts of Steel figures were released on Hasbro Pulse that we got an action figure of that version of Starscream. Because I don't know if you guys were already aware, but the thing with Hearts of Steel is that instead of the point of the comics is that instead of the Transformers being reactivated and Teletran 1 awakening in the year 1984, the Transformers wake up in the year 1904. And that's why they transform into early 20th century technology, Megatron, a howitzer cannon, and so on and so forth. That was the plot behind those comics, is if the Transformers woke up 80 years earlier than they actually did in Generation 1.
Yeah. I mean, like, I saw when they started doing the what do they call them, the steampunk version of the Transformers. I was like, okay, I didn't like Optimus, I didn't like Bumblebee, but Megatron, I kind of was like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
My favorite design was Shockwave. I know there's a third-party figure of him out there because he transforms into like a steam-powered battleship.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what about it, Danny? You want to call it a night tonight?
Sorry if I kind of took over here at the end.
Good to have you did great. We're just trying to do it around 2 hours just because Martin's got to work early.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's a Wednesday.
Ultra Megatronus.
There you go. Monday, you and TF can team up because you guys are like the West Coast kids.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys overheard. I found it out from my family today. Gil Gerard passed away today. He voiced Megatronus Prime in RID 2015.
Yeah, I know. I was bummed. I mean, he's my Buck Rogers.
Oh yeah, they said
Always
he played the quintessential Buck Rogers when he was younger.
It's really sad, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed on that one. So,
well, what do you got coming up, Megatronus? Saturday stream and.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make the announcement on the Saturday stream unless something comes up that's different. Because I got so much going on this week. Hopefully, like if I can get the thing set up, definitely we'll do the Saturday stream. If you don't see an announcement, guys, I will definitely be doing like after Christmas for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I should be able to hopefully be able to do it Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
And the thing you just heard me crash to the floor is the figure I'm debating on reviewing next on my channel because I want to get through my legacy figures first before I move on to Age of the Primes.
That's cool.
Is that what I think it is?
It's Armada Wheeljack.
Yeah.
Yep, I got him.
Yeah, he's great. I opened mine.
Yeah, I have the original figure, but I probably won't do a size comparison with it because last time I transformed my original Armada Wheeljack figure, his joints felt kind of stiff. And after my Armada Optimus Prime, even though that was Gold Plastic Syndrome, I'm a little scared of transforming my vintage original Armada Transformers action figures. So But I will do a size comparison of Wheeljack with some other Transformers figures when I get around to reviewing him.
That's cool. Yeah. Thank you for everyone for joining us. TF for jumping in with us, and everyone in chat. It was a slow start, but all the people piled in later. So, like I said, still love doing this stream with you, Ultra Megatronus. So we'll hit that sweet spot. We'll figure it out. This is only like our third downtime, so
yeah, and it's always great to like kick back, relax, and again, thank you to TF for coming in.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for inviting me. Thanks for having me join.
Yeah, we're going to be doing this, I guess, with other people as well. So, invite like a random guest and all that stuff that pop in.
Oh, yeah.
Keep it a surprise and all that stuff. And then, like I said, Saturday, I should be doing the stream live with Ultra Megatronus. I'm still setting up my intro because you guys know, in order for me to have my show, I got to have that intro.
Totally.
Okay, that was not intended to rhyme. That just happened to happen. Okay. So, this is Danny's show. Why am I doing? This is not my show.
It's both our show in a way, but yeah, like I don't know. Like I said, thank you to everyone. It's so fun. Like I said, like it's good people showed up, and happy holidays. Hope everyone's safe. I'll have my streams going on probably with Input and my Cybercast sometime next week too, and then maybe I don't know about Christmas time, but I'll be still streaming a lot more in the new year, get more people together, Danny and friends. But I'm so thankful for the people that come now, watch later, and all that. Lots of more stuff to come, so I'm excited.
And thanks again, guys. It's been fun, Danny, hanging out with you again. It always makes me feel happy and warm inside. It's not just a beer; it's nice to have friendship. Like we got this connection, we got this like cool brother sister connection, and we got the vibes going, and and plus we got the balls.
Yeah, we do. We got the swinger balls. But yeah, anyway, have a good one, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Have a good Christmas, guys.
Bye.
See you later.
Downtime begins. The collection's alive. With